Alright, Biblical DNA here. And today, the topic is going to cover the DNA results of the Tel Megiddo Israelite. Alright, start this. Alright, so during the Bronze Age, Megiddo was an important Canaanite city-state, and during the Iron Age, a royal city in the Kingdom of Israel. Founded as a royal city, Israelite city, in 1150 BCE. Alright, so during the Bronze Age, Tel Megiddo was destroyed around 1150 BCE, and the area was resettled by what some scholars have identified as early Israelites, before being replaced with an unwalled Philistine town. When the Israelites captured it, though, it became an important city before being destroyed, possibly by Aramean raiders, and rebuilt, this time as an administrative center for Tiglath-Pileser III's occupation of Samaria. However, its importance soon dwindled, and it was finally abandoned around 586 BCE. Since that time, Megiddo has remained uninhabited, and surviving ruins predating 586 BCE have had no new settlements to disturb the ruins. Since then, the town of Leon, not to be confused with the El Leon, archaeological site in Jordan, was built near the site, but without any new inhabitants or disturbance of its ruins. The Canaanite city came to an end in the early Iron Age 1, around the middle of the 11th century BCE, not earlier than 1073 BCE, as this destruction of Stratum VIIA or V11A in the palace and adjunct level H11 building took place. That citation is Finkelstein, Israel, 2017. New evidence on the late Bronze Iron 1 transition at Megiddo. Implications for the end of the Egyptian rule and the appearance of Philistine pottery in Egypt and the Levant, 27, pages 275 and 277. The city, represented by Stratum VI, seems to have been of mixed Israelite and Philistine character and fell victim to the fire. Citation for that is Wiener, Noah, Early Bronze Age, Megiddo's Great Temple, and the Birth of Urban Culture in the Levant. Bible History Daily, Biblical Archaeology Society, 2014. When the earliest fragmentary gate 3165 from Stratum V1A or via in the late Iron Age 1 around 1037 to 913 BCE was destroyed along with the whole city. Citation Finkelstein, Israel, et al., 2019. The Iron Age Gates of Megiddo, New Evidence and Updated Interpretations in Tel Aviv, Volume 46, 2019, Issue 2, page 167. This destruction can be attributed to the Egyptian pharaoh Shashanech I, who took Megiddo sometime around 943 to 922 BCE, which is attested in a stele placed at the site and in his inscriptions at the temple of Karnak. Citation Megiddo Expedition, History of Megiddo, Tel Aviv University. Rulers of the Israelite northern kingdom improved the fortress from around 900 to 750 BCE, as the palaces, water systems, and fortifications of the site at this period were among the most elaborate Iron Age constructions found in the Levant. That's Megiddo Expedition, History of Megiddo, Tel Aviv University. There is also a Solomonic gate, gate 2156, which belongs to Stratum VA IVB and is dated by some archaeologists to the 10th century BCE. Citation, Denver, William G., 2021, Solomon, Scripture and Science. The rise of the Judahite state in the 10th century BCE. Jerusalem Journal of Archaeology, 1, pages 102 to 125. But latest excavations and new radiocarbon analysis by Megiddo Expedition, led by Israel Finkelstein, date it during the time of Amorite dynasty in the late Iron Age, 2, around 886 to 760 BCE. All right, and that citation is the Finkelstein, Israel et al., the Iron Age Gates of Megiddo, new evidence and updated interpretations. All right, so Tel Megiddo became an important city before being destroyed, possibly by Aramean raiders, and rebuilt, this time as an administrative center for Tiglath-Pileser III's occupation of Samaria. Tiglath-Pileser III had conquered Megiddo in 732 BCE, becoming it the capital of the Neo-Assyrian Empire province Megiddo. So the word Megiddo is, that became the capital of the Neo-Assyrian Empire. And the citation for that is Wiener, Noah, Early Bronze Age, Megiddo's Great Temple, and the Birth of Urban Culture in the Levant. All right. In 609 BCE, Megiddo was conquered by Egyptians under Necho II during the Battle of Megiddo. Its importance soon dwindled, and it was thought as finally abandoned around 586 BCE. All right. The citation for that is Bon Paul, Lost Cities, 50 Discoveries in World Archaeology, 1997, and pages 88 through 91. Since that time, it would have remained uninhabited, preserving ruins predating 586 BCE without settlements ever disturbing them. But archaeologist Eric Klein considers Tel Megiddo came to an end later, around 350 BCE, during Achaemenid times. Citation for that is Klein, Eric, 2020, Megiddo, an Encyclopedia of the Bible and its Reception, Volume 18, de Gruyter. Then the town of Al-Lejon, not to be confused with the Al-Leon archaeological site in Jordan, was built up near to the site, but without inhabiting or disturbing its remains. All right. Let's see. Let's Tel Megiddo. All right. Out of all these. Let's see if I can find any more good. And you can find all of that in the Tel Megiddo wiki. all the citations. I'm also going to put it in the description of this video. So let's see if I can find some pictures first before we get into the DNA. All right, so that's what Tel Megiddo looked like. All right. So in the Southern Arc, let me bring this title up for y'all. A genetic probe into the ancient and medieval history of Southern Europe and West Asia. Also, let me bring up the other one so y'all can have the genetic history of the Southern Arc, a bridge between West Asia and Europe. All right, so I got it pulled up already. I want you to scroll. You have the ability to do this on your own if you're watching live. Just scroll all the way down to the supplementary tables and scroll all the way down. What you want to download is this PDF file includes materials and methods, supplementary text, figures S1 to S5, tables S1 to S5, reference 47 to 75. Just press download. Once you download that on in your downloads folder, it's gonna pop up a folder science.abm 4247 underscore data underscore S1 underscore 2 underscore S5. You're gonna click open or just click that. You're gonna open it up. Once you open it up, you're going to open the science.abm 4247 underscore data underscore S5. All right. Let me go ahead and switch this since I got it open for y'all already. All right. So all you want to do is Command F. You're going to search for 4517 or I-4517. And it's going to be line 989. All right. So this is the Israel Megiddo late Iron Age. All right. And we see that his eye color was brown. His hair color was brown. Or his hair color was actually light. So light brown. And his skin pigmentation was intermediate, so he had a slight tan. Probably looked like a modern day Lebanese or Syrians or Palestinians or Jews in Israel. So Israelis, so with a slight tan. Or his Y chromosome is J-Y3081. And the ISOGG is broken down to J1A, 2A1, A2, D, 2B, 2B2. All right, and this subclade is a downstream subclade of haplogroup J, page 58. All right, go ahead and show y'all that real quick on the Y full. So it's a down subclade of J, page 58. All right, and we see it right there. The J-Y3081 is a down subclade of J, page 58, down to J CT S9721, down J Z643, J Z1865, J-Z1853, J-Z2331, J-Z2324, J-Z2317, J-Z2 or Z2313, J-YSC00002434, down to J-Y3081. All right, take y'all back to the spreadsheet. All right, so as you can see, this individual, like I said, had intermediate skin color, which is a slight tan, light brown hair, and brown eyes. So looking like Lebanese, like Israeli Jews, for the most part, and Palestinians. All right, now open up another one. So we need to know when exactly did this Tel Megiddo Israelite lived. As you see on the screen, his full date was between 1109 to 923 BCE. And yes, that would be the time of the Israelites. So, as I've said in my previous videos, we have ourselves an Israelite. This right here would be an Israelite. Let me see. Oh my, there we go. See, y'all can zoom it in for y'all. There you go. All right. Okay, go into the other one again so I can zoom in for y'all. Well, I guess that's gonna best I can do for that one. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, there we go. I can zoom in on this one right here. This is the individual right here. All right. Now let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the autosomal. All right. Let me switch this over back to. All right. So in that same folder, or if you haven't downloaded already, I'll go to the very top of this for y'all. This is the supplementary materials for the genetic history of the Southern Arc, a bridge between West Asia and Europe. All right, and what you want to do is type in Control or Command F and type in Israel space Iron Age. You see it right there. Type in that, exactly that. That's what you want to type in. All right, once you type in that, you searched it and you found it. All right, what you want to do is go up. We're going to look at the DNA. All right, and so remember that individual, the Tel Megiddo Israelite, his sample ID number is I-4517. All right, so we're going to go over real quick what this CHG, EHG, Levant, PPN, Serb, Iron, Gates, HG, and Tur, Marma, Bersin stands for. Just real quick so everybody can have an understanding of what that's talking about. All right, so I got it right here, colored for y'all. So the CHG stands for Caucasus Hunter-Gatherers. The EHG stands for, it's also known as EEHG, Eastern European Hunter-Gatherers. Levantine pre-Pottery Neolithic, Balkan hunter-gatherers from the Iron Gates in Serbia, and northern or northwestern Anatolian Neolithic from Barsin. All right, so remember what I want to look for. What we want to look for is the I-4517 sample ID. That's your Tel Megiddo Israelite. All right, so his autosomal shows that, one second, he was 43% plus or minus 3%. Caucasus hunter-gatherer, Eastern European hunter-gatherer. He was, what is this? Let's see where the numbers at. Wait a minute. Yeah, so I'm bad. Right here, the 11 plus or minus 3%. So down the middle, right here. So it's this one. Right, I'm gonna zoom in for y'all. So it'll be this one. So this one says 11 plus or minus, and that's the Caucasus hunter-gatherer. All right, scroll over to the Eastern European hunter-gatherer. We see -2 plus or minus 1%. So that's this individual right here. All right, go down to the Levantine pre-Pottery Neolithic. We see 53 plus or minus 7%. So this individual had 12 plus or minus 7%. Tel Megiddo. All right, right here for the Serbia Iron Gates hunter-gatherer, we see -1 plus or minus 1%. And I always forget what this one represents. It says Northwestern Anatolian Neolithic from Burslem, but it's so weird because I want to say like something Turnic or something like Tur Marmara. So it says 5 plus or minus 6%. Right here it says -20 plus or minus 5%. So, all right. All right. So the other page, it's where he initially this sample ID, this Tel Megiddo Israelite, um, originated from or was referenced is the genomic history of the Bronze Age Southern Levant. All right. So with the exception of the sample I-4517 late Iron 1, all were retrieved from intramural burials scattered over the mound. Level K-4, late Iron 1, large courtyard, house destroyed in big fire. The individual I-4517 seems to have perished during the devastation of the city. So it looks like some people didn't like these so-called Israelites being in Tel Megiddo taking over the land, so they burned these Confederates, these rebels, down. So this individual died by a fire. All right. So with that, I'll open the floor to any questions in the chat. If you have any questions, if you want me to show anything over again, um, go ahead and send me your questions. I'll keep this video open for a few more minutes. If not, I'll close it. Short and sweet, to the point. And if you're curious what his MT DNA was, he belonged to a haplogroup K. So just let me know if y'all got any questions. I can open up this. I can open up my Google Voice. Anything. Just let me know before I shut down this video. Give y'all time. But if you just new joining on, or you just joined on, this is the individual right here. His Y-DNA was updated to J-Y3081, and that's a down subclade of J page 58, a further down subclade. It's an Israelite without a doubt. Why they haven't announced that it's an Israelite? Because as I said in my previous videos, they don't really want that information to get out. Like, it's a big deal with the Ultra-Orthodox community. They'll pretty much raise hell for it. Like, they don't want Israelites being disturbed from their grave. That's their religious claims, and it goes back to, like, I want to say it's the Talmud or one of those midrash or something like that. Hey Lou, um, do you also are you the one that goes by Sabio also? Let me see. I'm gonna try to get you to see if I can get you to call in. Um, Google Voice. Oh, okay. It's crazy. For some reason, I always think y'all are the same when he's on Brother Garfield's channel. I don't know if it's because y'all sound the same or what. It's crazy. I know y'all have different the pictures and whatnot, but I thought for some reason it's all good. Let me see. If you want to call in right now, I'm gonna drop the Google Voice number. Okay, that's fine. Let me see. If you want to call in, that's the Google Voice number right there. I can use that, or I can use the what's that other thing called? The Clubhouse or something like that. Just let me know. You can call in with that number though, if you want to. It's up to you. It's better than sitting there pressing the keyboard trying to get your question. So this is the same individual from the let me bring the genomic history of the Bronze Age, Southern Levant. Go ahead and show you this. All right, so it's from this right here. All right, but in the latest update, I'm gonna bring this one up too. It's the genomic probe into the ancient and medieval history of the Southern Europe and West Asia. Let me see. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. Hey, what's good? Not much. So you just tuned in, right? All right. So basically, this is the same individual from This is the same individual from the genomic history of the Bronze Age, Southern Levant, right? And they just did another article, the genetic history of the Southern Arc, a bridge between West Asia and Europe. Are you familiar with this one?
Nah, this is my first time.
So
I be checking up on signs, but the only thing I didn't hear about this, I didn't hear about this. This just recently or
yeah, this is brand new. They dropped it August 26th, 2022. It's got a lot of information. Like it's crazy. Like they even have my Harbor group speaking why it wasn't, like they're trying to figure out why it wasn't found in the southern southeast Europe. Like it just came out of nowhere basically. Like, and they're trying to figure out exactly why it wasn't present, like where did it come from, and like where, like if they found the place where the EV13s came from, because that's the Hobble group I belong to, EV13.
oh yeah, 'cause I ain't that fluid I ain't that fluid but it's just you got people matching DNA saying this and that.
Yeah,
That's how they thinking, man.
you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, like I mean, like the biggest blunder of them all. I'm not that fluid in DNA, but uh, when really said, and that's the thing that what was it, R69 comes from D. I'm like, wait,
Yeah, that guy. And I've asked, what is his name? Alazar. I think his name's Alazar, correct?
yeah, yeah,
I asked him to you know to like explain to me exactly what was his specific hologram on Twitter, because what he quoted was the 23andMe Y-DNA. So basically, according to the Y-DNA atom, or the Hubble group were of the Eurasian atom. So they claim that it came from A, then CT, and or something like that, and then from CT it went into to West Asia, up into Eurasia. Let me get it real quick. What it says on 23andMe. Give me one second. I want to give you, because you don't got 23andMe, like you didn't do your DNA from there.
no, I didn't do my DNA at all. Yeah, because I'm a truck driver, so I'll be on the road.
I feel you.
I mean, I looked it up. Yeah, I see. You gotta send it in, then a week later you gotta send another one. Some process you go through. I'll be like, I have to be home for like a month
Yeah, I feel
to
you.
even do that process.
To be honest, it's not even it's honestly not even worth it. For me, it was more, I'm trying to understand where my paternal side came from, because my dad's side, my great grandfather was a farmer in the mountains on the west coast of Puerto Rico, and I don't know anything. Like I found his draft card for World War I, I believe it is. And like I have no
Yeah,
idea where his side went to or where it came from or anything. Like I did his whole family tree DNA, and it's just like they just appeared out of nowhere. And from what I understand,
then
in the late 1800s and early 1900s, people started coming this to the New World, or to Americas, for farming. So that's the only
yeah,
thing I could figure out, that he was a farmer in the late 1800s, early 1900s. But let me get to exactly what he was talking about on the paternal hobble group. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen right now. You should be able to see it. It should be coming up. All right, this is what he's talking
yeah. I'm
about.
trying to.
If you
You
seen,
talking about the green? It's green and orange. A whole bunch of numbers.
no, that's the Excel spreadsheet for the samples that they use
Oh,
for to see the admixtures for autosomal.
because
But
I'm kind of a couple of seconds behind. So
right,
okay, what are you
Yes, absolutely. This is exactly what he was quoting.
Okay,
This is what he was
okay,
quoting.
we on the same page.
Yep.
Okay, we on the same page.
So this
Okay.
is this is
Now he got
exactly what he was quoting. So he was quoting this. He was quoting this concept, like saying that he came from Sudan, like it started in Sudan and whatnot. So this is where he came from. Like this is what he was quoting from right here. The stories of all of our paternal lineages can be traced back over 275 or 275,000 years to just one man, the common ancestor of haplogroup A. Current evidence suggests he was one of thousands of men who lived in eastern Africa at the time. However, while his male line descendants passed down their Y chromosomes generation after generation, the lineages from the other men died out. Over time, his lineage alone gave rise to all other haplogroups that exist today. You see, that's exactly what he was quoting. Let me try to see if I can bring up his
wow.
that's exactly what he was quoting from. Like, and I asked him if he can show his Y chromosome because I'm like, how does this make sense? Like, he doesn't come because that's specific. Like, if he comes from haplogroup R1B, that came through Sudan, he might descend from the Chadic speakers of Nigeria and I believe Sudan or something like that. It's the Hassa and the Hassa and the Fulani, if I'm not mistaken. They have R-V88 and haplogroup T. Here it is.
R dash.
I got it up. That's exactly what he quoted. You see it on the screen?
Yeah.
This is exactly what he took a screenshot of and posted it on his Twitter. This is what he was quoting from. That's the same thing I brought up on mine. That's what he's quoting from.
Wow.
And I asked him, I'm like, if you see down, like I don't know if he saw it or not, but I mean, he knows. I made that YouTube video. I know for a fact he knows because a lot of people on the Sakari that like they were coming commenting and whatnot towards it, so he knows. And I
Yeah,
told him,
I see one of them, I think it was the YouTube, yeah, it was the YouTube. I see one of the, I see they were going at, they were going at you in that comment section.
which one
One right after uh,
on Cyaneta's channel, right? On Cyaneta on his YouTube channel. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like the thing is like they talk all that trash to brother Garfield, and the thing is brother Garfield's just trying to wake people up from believing in the foolishness that they're chosen people and they're above other people. If you don't believe what they believe in, you're going to hell. Or I don't even know. I honestly like the nonsense that black like the BHIs believe in is ridiculous. Like the One West doctrine is just absolutely ridiculous. They believe that Yahshua or Jesus is gonna fly, like come flying on, and I get it. It's in the New Testament. He's gonna come with a double-edged sword, chopping off heads and whatnot. I cut the line. It's just it's creative imagination to believe. I don't. If you believe in that, teach his own. But for me, and I can always do a video separate, of this of what I believe. Like just because I'm not religious per se, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be sinning like you know, drinking excessively, hooking up with hookers, or I don't do none of that stuff. I'm a really clean guy. Like I eat non-GMO, organic. Like I'm a straight up dude. Like my water, like I drink like local Florida spring water. Like I make sure I know what's going in my body. Like I don't do drugs or any recreational drugs or anything like that. And like I said, I don't like go by the Bible. I just know that it. Yeah, it's. I know it's wrong. Like, I exactly. We're go ahead.
Now I'm saying you know that you know what's wrong and you know what's right. You know.
Exactly. And
You
another
don't just
thing
read the
too.
Bible.
Yeah, I know. Like another thing too, pork. Right. When I was a kid, I never liked the smell of pork. I never ate pork or anything like that. Never liked it. My dad even told me when he used to get fed pork by his mom in Puerto Rico, like the pork chops and all that stuff. He used to throw up, and his dad used to come to him in Spanish. What's going on? Why are you throwing up? He's like, I don't know. He didn't know. He didn't know until I had to teach him that we can't. There's something in our like DNA or whatever that our body rejects pork. It's not just pork though.
Pork.
It's not just pork though. It's
That's how
shellfish.
my dad.
Huh?
My dad is the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that you don't eat pork because the Bible told him not to eat pork. He just don't like the taste of pork.
Yep, it tastes like smoke, and that's exactly I know that's what One West Camp teaches is that it smells like smoke or something like that, and it's definitely that concept is true. Another thing is shellfish. So I can't eat shellfish. Well, my brother can't eat shellfish, and I found out through the food allergy test was that we have the one of the two well, it depends on which test because there's two of them. I have a certain percentage that I have an allergy to shellfish, but I have one of the what's it called? One of the little genetic traits that I'm allergic to shellfish.
Hold on, I'm talking about that. I don't know which one is it. The one DNA says that that traces your sickness in the family.
Yep, 23andMe has that. They have that health and it's on there if I'm not mistaken.
That's I think about $600 and something dollars, man. I'm like, I mean, it's worth it, but
Well, yeah, I got it so I purchased 23andMe when I was a student at UCF at University of Central Florida, so I got a discount. So if you become a student, you can get a student discount. All you have to do is contact 23andMe. They'll send you the link, and you can get a student discount. Um, when I was at State College, the African American club at the school, I showed them about it, so they all got tested, and they all got to save on it because they want to know what part of Africa they were from.
oh shoot, hey, yeah, we turned off, Gorilla. Yeah, what you was gonna tell me?
So you
Man, my bad.
no, you saw the what he screenshotted, right? The same thing that I was reading from.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is the genetic history of the Southern Arc, a bridge between West Asia and Europe. Is it current right now? Are you seeing the screen? Does it show? Okay, so if you scroll down all the way down, and if you don't have access, I can just send you this. I can send it to you. I got no problem. Just email me. You can find my email on the about on the desktop YouTube, not the mobile phone YouTube, but desktop YouTube,
Oh,
and you'll find my email on there, and I can send you this email. But if you have access to this, all you have to go down to the supplementary materials. This PDF file includes, and it's going to be this one right here. It's the supplementary text S1 to S5. And you're just going to download that. It's going to come up as a zip, and you're going to unzip it. That whole concept of zipping huge folders or whatever, a lot of data. What's that called? When it's in the zip file, it's compressed. So you have to uncompress it, and it's gonna come up with a folder called science.abm4247 underscore data underscore s1 underscore 2 underscore s5. And once you get that folder open, you're gonna see you're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's gonna be the S5. I mean, all of these are important because it's gonna show you the information that they have in the article. But you can see like their the eye color, the hair color, the skin pigmentation. So you got a lot of, for example, you got a lot of J1s, haplogroup J1s that actually had dark to black skin pigmentation. A lot of the J1s did.
One, yeah, I mean, one, they come from that southern, west east or southern, like around Babylon and all that, right?
Yep. Um, yeah, it's
Yeah,
so it's the pro- the problem is with that, and yeah, if you know a lot of like if they were out in the outdoors a lot, they were gonna be darker, especially their vitamin D intake. If they were eating like a lot of fish and whatnot, they would be darker. But the thing is, then you have some intermediates and then some lighter skin. And intermediate is like tan. It's like light tan. That's considered intermediate. And then you have dark, which is like a tan that can't go away. You just like you looking like Jennifer Lopez or Vin Diesel.
yeah.
So um, let me
Like,
see.
I got a question for you. Speaking about, okay, in Egyptian writings, right? They say they came from, the land of Put, right? But then again, you got
Egyptian
people trying to
others.
connect the Indian with the
Wait, so you
They're saying on the Indian side, they saying that came over from India and landed on traveled back up and it traveled up to Egypt. And then thought about reading, he was like, you want to know why the yeah, he was like, okay, he was like, you understand, from India to Egypt is pretty that's a pretty long mission. And he
yeah.
said around the Bronze Age, the early Bronze Age, that it was a catastrophic earthquake that separated India and Egypt. So before that, the Indians could have crossed over and come and do their merchandise with the land of foot and all that. I mean, but looking at the DNA chart, I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of making more sense on the Indian side.
What's that?
It's kind of making more sense.
Are you talking
Because
about
okay, wait.
who's this scholar? Who's this person that is that Clyde Winters
There was
by
an
any
article.
chance?
Yeah, I saved the article. Hold on.
It sounds like Clyde
I don't
Winters.
know by who?
Clyde Winters. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Clyde Winters.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
Um,
but
because
no.
I'm trying to figure out exactly
Okay.
what you're talking about because he tried to make the connection from the Hindu Kush and the kingdom of Kush in Nubia or Sudan.
Yeah,
Is that the
yeah,
person? Is that
yeah.
what you're talking about? Yeah, that sounds like Clyde Winters. I can bring up the article real quick. And he's talking about
Yeah,
like
that's what they were talking about.
yeah,
They were
give
trying
me
to make, they were trying to make, they were trying to make the whole world by his but the one that made more sense was the one with Egypt because they Egypt but what got me really skeptical was on the Indian side they were saying the land of foot is in India.
let me see.
So I'm like, wait a minute. They say the Egyptians came from India, landed on foot, and then went to Egypt. So basically trying to I'm like, I don't know, man, that
let me
and
see.
then when you show me the DNA chart where it
Yeah.
says everybody coming from looking like?
All right.
Man,
So I got the
how's that gonna line up?
I got the article up right now on the screen. If you can see it, is this what you're talking about? Because there's two of them that he published.
I still see that.
Okay, I'll give you a second. It should be popping up. I got the
The
delay.
Kushite spread of haplogroup R1.
Yeah, is this like? I wonder if this is what you're talking about. It kind of sounds like that.
No, that's not it. That's not it. They probably quoted from it.
Yeah, I think he
How old is
did.
that? How old is that?
It's 2010. He did a recent one, and let me see. He did a more recent one. I gotta find out where it's at though. It just sounds like it because that's exactly what he talks about. How it came from Kush. How it came like the Hindu Kush and the Kushites from East Africa. Like they're the same people. That's what he tries to teach. I don't know. Let me see the other one.
Oh,
So maybe.
wasn't it like different countries? Like one in the Middle East and one in the down.
In the Bible, yes. So they're completely different. Yeah, I wish you would have got a hold. I would got you to call in when I did it with the real Kushites. Please stand up video. Um, but yeah, that's like they're two different like Kush. And the thing is, it's so weird because the Egyptians were the ones that renamed the let me pull it up real quick. The Kermites or the Kermans or whatever they were called, Caramans. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. Egypt
All right.
renamed Kermit. So according to this, and I'm trying to figure out where exactly they got this from on Wikipedia. I think there's an article that's cited, but I don't have access to it. But if you go to the Kingdom of Kush on Wikipedia, you'll see the Egyptians were the first to identify Kerma as Kush, and over the next several centuries, the two civilizations engaged in intermediate warfare, trade, and cultural exchange. You see that?
Yeah.
Now, this citation, I've tried to figure out. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know if they took it down because this was too much truth, and they were like they don't want people to know about this. But I've tried to look for the citation. It's gone. I don't. It's nowhere to be found. So for some reason, the Egyptians were the ones to identify Kerma. So the people in that land weren't calling themselves Cushites or Cush until the Egyptians, which themselves were calling themselves. Give me 1 second. I
Yeah.
always forget exactly how they pronounce it. Man, I used to have it saved, but I guess I took it off my phone. What were the uh, what were the people of Kush called, or Kemet called? No, that's
Why
not
did
it.
they say?
Say that
Why
again.
do they say?
Kemet means
Why do
the
they say?
yeah. It means Kemet means the black soil by the Nile. It was used for It was a high It was used. It was good for growing crops and stuff. The black soil is known for the black soil.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people will sit there and say, "Oh, it's because they were black people." No, it's because the soil was black. The black land. It means the black land. There you go.
Oh, okay.
The Egyptians called their country Kemet, literally the black land. Kem meant black in ancient Egyptian. The name derived from the color of the rich and fertile black soil, which was due to the annually occurring Nile inundation. Let me give me a second. Let's see, am I pronouncing that correctly? Inundation. Come on.
Inundation.
Yeah, inundation. So Kemet was the cultivated area along the Nile Valley. The deserts on either side of the Nile were called the Desert, the red land. Desher meant red, after the reddish color of the desert sand. And it was so funny because I believe that same concept is the same reason why Esau was called red. It's a similar concept to that because in Jordan, the
Yeah, it's a lot of red.
yes, if you seen the let me pull it up right now. If you seen like the give me a second. If you seen the
Look red.
yeah, exactly the temple, that's what I'm about to pull up right now. You'll see what I'm talking about. That's exactly it. It looks red. And if you see it at a certain light, it's reddish.
Okay, like at a
Petra.
certain point you see it brown, but it gets to a certain extent or a certain view where it looks red. Yeah, look at it. It looks red.
Yep.
No denying. Nah, that was straight red.
And this is what intermediate, like I would that's what's considered like an intermediate person. Somebody that's tan is considered this color right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah.
I mean, I looked at it. I looked out when the first, when I started looking up for stuff on Edom. I looked at that. Well, they call it Petra now. The what was they called? Neptunians. I looked at that. They were like,
I know
damn,
what you're talking about.
that joint
I'm gonna
look
do a video.
red.
You gotta give me a second. I'm gonna do a video of that. I brought that up already. It's the Bedouins. You're talking about the Nabateans. I got it right here on I
Yeah.
gotta pull it up. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a video when I get to Esau because a lot of people falsely call people Esau. They don't know what they're talking about. And did you know that the Shashu was related to these people? And the Shashu would have been but the Moabites and the Edomites and the Ammonites.
Oh, that's who the Egyptians were calling Shashu.
Yep, the Shashu. You gonna see what I'm talking about. And
Oh,
if you look up the Negev Bedouins, that's who those people are. They're descendants of these people. The Shashu.
oh
Negev
wow.
Bedouins. That's them. And you can see the
So
red
so so
they got the reddish complexion, like you're gonna see it. I got it pulled up
hold on,
right
I'm still
now.
waiting for it to load. Oh, okay.
It should have came up by now.
Yeah, yeah, I see him now. I see him now.
Yep. Let me see.
Wow. Yeah, they look red, yo.
Yeah, especially did you see this boy right here? Look how red he looks. Like that's the concept. And see, he would be considered dark. That's what be considered dark. This would be considered intermediate. Let me see. I guess this one, man. Let's see. That woman to the left, right there with the glasses, she would be considered like intermediate, or maybe toward this
Yeah.
one to the right side would be considered intermediate. But the thing is, with somebody that's intermediate, somebody that's intermediate, they can their skin complexion changes based off of the season. Like somebody with intermediate can get like really pale skin in the wintertime because it snows and gets cold in Israel in the Levant in the wintertime. And then in summer, if it, like depending on, back in those times, if you were like a servant, if you had to do all your work outside, you know what I'm saying, the sun will, shine down on you. That's why it says in the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verses 5 through 6, the bride, the Shulamite woman,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the reason why they were discriminating against her, because they knew that she was a servant, or she worked outside because of her tan skin, her darkened suntan skin, because women, especially, Jews, like during that time, like they would have been considered like high class, and you can't marry into a lineage that's considered royal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, if people don't know about that, they did discriminate though. I know I forgot who it was, but somebody I was talking to, they said, "Oh no, there's no discrimination." Yeah, they did discriminate. That's wrong. They did discriminate.
Yeah, them Jews were pretty racist. They were pretty racist. They were, it's no that ain't no question. That ain't no question asked about that. It's in the Bible, because we see it in the Bible, we see it in the Torah. They were pretty racist against the other nations. Like if they need Israel, they would wipe the off before they could step into the land of Israel. I mean, that's crazy. I heard a pastor preaching about that. I can't find it. But I mean, the only reason I believe him because Jews are pretty pretty stuffed up. They touch the Gentile, they feel like they gotta go purify themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have to go to the what is it called? The mikvah, something like that, mikvah. They have to go cleanse themselves. That's crazy. It's in the Talmud. That's all I'm
Stop
saying.
at
It's
that. Stop
what?
at that one dude picture. Like go. I think you gotta go up.
Which one?
He got that all that white hair. You gotta go up. You
Oh,
gotta
with
scroll up.
the woman with the blonde hair woman. This one.
No, no,
No.
no, no.
Do you say white hair?
Yeah, yeah, he looks dark, dark with white hair. And the screen kind of delay.
Oh
Delay.
yeah,
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, you probably that. You don't see like it's on the should be on your right side.
the right side.
On the right side. You see a old man with white hair, dark as hell. I'm not gonna say black, but dark as hell.
Not that one.
Nah, it's to the all the way at the end. It's all the way at the end. No, but you gotta keep scrolling up.
Yeah, I'm all the
I
way to
wanna
the.
see them all the way at the end.
I'm all the way to the
Right there,
top.
right there, right there, right there. Stop,
This
stop, 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 stop.
I don't know which one. The one with the wearing the little white cap.
Yeah, right there.
The,
You got
okay, yeah, you can see like the sun. Like this individual. This is how my grandpa in Puerto Rico looked like. And then when he went to Delaware, like when he was getting close to dying, he turned pale, like pale skin. My dad couldn't believe it. He was shocked because my dad, he was used to seeing him dark because he used to always be growing stuff in Puerto Rico. Like that's what he was used to. He would grow all the food that they ate. They had chickens and all that stuff. So everything they ate came from the yard, and he spent majority of the days out in the sun. But when he went to Delaware, he never left the house. He was always in the house, and he turned pale. Like my dad couldn't believe it. He was shocked because he never seen him like that. He always seen him as this color right here.
like give me the first time I'm in my truck a lot. So my skin tend to get hot, you know. But when I wasn't doing truck drive, my skin was a little dark.
Wow, yeah, that's
Ain't the indigenous people of Puerto Rico was Indian?
the Taino, the Arawak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Yes, I know it.
they called them Indians like
Yeah, you know.
in a negative manner, just like they called the people of India Indians because they were servants. They were like slaves.
Oh,
There's
oh,
actually a
okay.
video that I can send to you. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick if I can find it. But there's an old video of Indians and like they were really dark in complexion. The people in India.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't see. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I'm talking. I'm looking like, oh, they like. I mean, me being a black person, I'm like, I ain't never seen that type of dark. I'm like, they is really dark, and they still look Semitic.
Let me see if I can
They
pull
don't
it
look
up.
like Africans. They still look Semitic.
Yeah, I would have to find the video, but they used to have it like you can see the British with the in India old video. It's a old footage. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it right now, but yeah, it's gonna have to take me a while. I don't think they probably have it anymore on YouTube.
You talking about the Aboriginals?
Yeah, the people like of they would be considered like southern India now, like Indians. You see what I'm saying? Like the darker ones. I'm gonna just show up what they look like.
Yeah.
It's crazy I have to put it like that, but that's like this. They kind of look like that. That's how in the video they're gonna show them like that. This is another example. This is how they look like in India in the video. You see it?
Hold on. Yeah, I see it now. I see it. Yeah, that lady right there, the Hebrew Israelites photoshopped her. What? And she still looks Semitic. Still looks Semitic. Why this Indian?
I don't know.
Yeah, that one I already seen that one right there.
And there's multiple reasons why like India like I've tried to look up the whole Denisovan and Neanderthal things because theories because Neanderthals and Denisovans were related to each other. So if they were related to each other and the people from India have ancestry of Denisovans and then Europeans have ancestry to to Neanderthals, and they would have been related to each other. So how did one become lighter in skin complexion and one became, was still dark in skin complexion? I think actually, yeah, no, I agree with that.
Fluid in that. I'm not too fluid in that, but they was explaining how people started off dark and then end up being light, really light, and really, really, really light. And, like,
All right, so this is an article that just got posted on the conversation just recently on August 31st, 2021. Neanderthals died out 40,000 years ago, but there has never been more of their DNA on Earth. But this is the description that they have. You see the back screen. Um, give me 1 second. Somebody else is calling in. Give me 1 second. Hello.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yes, who's this? Hello. I guess they don't want to talk. You still on, Lou?
no, because they probably got they, what they confused me to where I call you. I think I'm gonna hear you through my phone like through the live,
Yeah.
but I'm actually talking through your kind of confused me, and I have to turn the live volume down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
Maybe
I'm gonna try that
maybe that was
Clubhouse.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that Clubhouse probably soon because I mean, I just never get anybody. Today's the first time I had anybody you know anybody call in. You the first one, so much appreciation for it.
Problem, man. You got 5 people watching.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I can see the chat here. Got 5 people. Somebody's gonna call in, but they probably with the stuff, man. I thought I was supposed to hear him on the phone, on the live, and not on my phone. And I like, hold on. And then I started hearing double. I said, oh man, let me turn my volume down.
yeah, I appreciate you doing that without having me have to ask you for that. I appreciate that.
No problem, man.
But this is the one. This is the one I was talking about. Oh gosh, here we go again. Let me see. Yeah, let me answer this real quick.
Or either at.
Hey, you there?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, what's going on? You there? Hello? I wonder if for some reason he just hanging up for some reason.
I heard somebody's voice. I don't know if it was yours.
No, that's
Or
the
if it-
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get this Spartacus to call in. I don't know who it is. I'm curious who's hey Spartacus, if you can hear me, call in. If you still on the video, call in, please. If that's you calling in, let me know. Cause this is the first time I done seen this guy on my channel. And it's so funny because Spartacus, like, that's Balkan, so there's a lot of EV13 in the Peloponnese, so I wonder if he's EV13.
Oh, I
But
think that toothing in, I think that toothing in that article you showing me.
oh yeah, so I don't know. People need to learn. I highlight all this stuff because eventually I'm gonna get to it and break it down because you have certain individuals out there that think Natufians had something to do with the Bible and they didn't. That culture was already done away. That's Neolithic times. People don't know the difference between Neolithic, Chalcolithic, Bronze Age, and Iron Age. They don't realize how the years, like the time. Yeah, this guy is sending me messages. This guy sending me text messages, but I don't know why he keeps hanging up for it.
They just be want to bitch and match.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up the Amazing Bible Timeline because that's one thing for people that believe in the Bible. I was taught this as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I was taught this at like 6 or 7 years old. Um, and it was always in my Bible. Like every Bible I got when I was growing up, it always had a timeline in it, chronology, and it tells you the years and everything of what happened and everything. But some people just don't want to go based off of this because they want to believe that we all descend from the Bible, and it's like, no, we were already here. Like science tells you we were here way before when the Bible, because the Bible deals with the young earth. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yeah.
And just because that doesn't mean like, okay, the Y-DNA atom is different than the biblical atom. It's not the same atom. And it's so funny because the whole Y-DNA atom comes from the Bible. They get it from the Bible. Everything, they get it from religious beliefs from the Bible.
That's the thing I was trying to tell this atheist when I was going back and forth. When I'm like, but evolution is built off the Bible. I mean, it's no question asked. You know?
Yeah.
Evolution is built off the Bible. And the thing is, I told him the reason evolution is built off the Bible because y'all trying to find a creation story.
Right.
Y'all have a creation story, we have a creation story. Y'all have a flood story, we have a flood story. You know what I mean? And y'all have the how man evolved, and we have the story how man evolved. You know what? Well, basically, Genesis 1 all the way to 11. That's basically evolution right there. Trying to explain life.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
it
it is interesting because like a lot of so if you watch my the flood, Noah's flood in the mountains of Ararat and whatnot, how it's very symbolic of the Epic of Gilgamesh and their flood story too. Did you see that video that I posted about that?
With the nah, I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one.
Give me a second.
I gotta check that one out.
I'll pull it up because
I gotta check that one.
if you, I go through all, like I found a website and it basically goes over all the tales of the like flood stories and whatnot. And here it goes. It's this one. Do all humans really come from the Lesser Caucasus? That one.
Hold on. I still gotta wait for it to. Okay, it's loading. It's loaded up now.
Is that one? Do all humans really come from the Lesser Caucasus? And it's important because for some reason, yeah, for some reason, when they did the DNA for the Canaanites, for example, they found out that their ancestors. Huh?
That's that same guy. That's that same guy. The one next to the video, Peter Solomon. That's that same guy. Hebrew of Israel was using.
Yeah, they basically use his hypothesis without ever like mentioning him. Yeah. I figured that out. I figured that they were using his. I mean, it took me longer than it should have. I should have figured it out because I've been on the Facebook page since 2017 on the E1B1B page, and I just never paid attention to it.
Nah, I paid attention to that one time. I paid attention to what he put out. I can't go against it.
Yeah, there you go.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, who's this? I guess it's not working. I don't know. Well, if yeah, I accept it, but I guess I'll let you. I just let you get. I'll let you go and try to get somebody else on here if they want to talk in because I feel bad they trying to call in and it's not going through. So
yeah. I'm gonna jump off and probably to have that much. Probably to have a certain limit to how much you can have. The person commenting on the chat.
Say again.
The person is not commenting on the chat.
Yeah, he started to in the mystical order of Israel or Israel, but I don't know. They just stopped. Yeah, I think he said he's trying to call in supposedly, but I don't know why because I accepted the call and it's just dropping. But let me go ahead and let him call in. I'll let him call in. All right. I'll talk to you later. I appreciate you calling in though.
All right, no problem. No problem.
All right, peace and love. All right. Bye bye. No, I'm allowing anybody to call in, so anybody could call in. No, it should allow anybody to call in because it allows me to merge the calls. So and it puts it as a conference, but for some reason, they keep on hanging up.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. Call from.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
going
I can hear
on?
you.
Hey,
What's up? I want to ask a question real quick because I'm on my phone, but I was asking you on my laptop and stuff. What population would you say is closer to the Nutufians? Because there's a lot of stuff going on, like especially on Clubhouse, people saying, "Oh, Somalis are the closest population to the Nutufians," but I don't think that's true. Because I was doing my research, and Yemenis, Omanis would be closest to the Nutufians. Especially if I did my jet match and I have like 55% Nutufian DNA Autosomal.
yeah, you're gonna see regardless of which haplogroup you belong to, people will have Natufian DNA, and it's because the admixture with the women. So basically, especially when these different migrations of J's and R1Bs came, they just mixed in with the women. You see what I'm saying? So people think it's only limit. They're thinking it at as a man and not through a woman. Like, and you see these different maternal haplogroups is going to be amongst these J1s and these J2s and these R1Bs. It's crazy. Give me 1 second. You see my screen? I'm gonna pull up all the
I'm looking at
Natufian.
your screen right now because I'm on my phone. So I'm trying to go on.
So this is it's important because you'll see maternal DNA H, J2A2.
R1B came. They just friends and J2s and R1Bs. It's crazy. Give me 1 second. You see my screen? Yeah, I see your screen right now.
Hey, could you put in the earplugs so I don't, because I'm getting the what is it called, the feedback. Sorry about that. There you go. Appreciate it. Damn, somebody else calling in.
Call from.
Hey, who's this?
Yeah, this is how we live.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, I got, for some reason it
That
kicked up.
a brother Mr. Border, if you could jump on.
Let me answer this the other guy's question real quick because I feel bad. So he got cut off. I try to I keep on trying to join as a conference, but it keeps on kicking. I guess it kicked this person off, or he dropped off. So if you can see the
I think that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
We only have one at a time.
I'm gonna do Clubhouse. Oh, okay. So I'll do Clubhouse for now on, or Zoom. So I can just add people on. I could probably do a Zoom right now, but let me explain this to them. You see the different maternal DNAs, and this is only a limit. This is very limited. The simple IDs that we have for the Natufian culture. We have maternal DNA J2A2, N1B, which is found amongst Ashkenazi Jewish women. K, which is found in Ashkenazi Jewish women. R0A2, or my bad. So it stops right there. My bad. I kept on reading on. But all what happened is these other haplogroups, right? They just mixed in with them. As you can see, these J's just mixed in with them. And we have no idea of like all the maternal DNAs, because we only have a limited samples of the Natufian culture. So, there could be more. There could have been some U's there. There could have been some K's there. Well, I know for a fact K's been in the Levant for a long time. So, and other people try to say, oh, it came from Europe and whatnot. Well, where did it come originally from? Right there, see? Levant K1A 4B, 8,700 years ago. Pre-pottery on Neolithic. What's going on, How Music? What you doing? You still there? Guess he hung up too. Hey, hey.
You know, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
I'm sure he's doing. I was calling in to chime in a little bit. That that was Peter, the guy Peter Solomon Kovac.
Oh gosh.
That that I sent you the thing that he posted.
Yep.
With Apple with speakers and tested with rabbis for free. They did it for free, and like when they do it for free, that you know, them wanting to find out whatever information, so that they sponsor the family to do it. So these people sponsored it, and the guy ended up being haplogroup C. I'm out of the descendant some rabbi.
For some reason. Hey, have you looked at the Southern Arc folder I had up, or the PDF that I had up?
Yeah, I looked at it before.
Yeah.
I saw it before.
Okay. So you had any questions or anything, or you just calling in?
Not I was just making just touching on peas being found in Tel Megiddo, and then I was just saying how the guy Peter Solomon, how the guy Peter Solomon Kovac, what he was saying about it, how I shared that with you. I was just checking in to see if you had any other insight on that, and then also if you both been telling me that about my lottery, Rabbi Rumbum.
Well, I'm so. Did you not receive the emails that I sent you on the
I don't think we ever discussed my lottery, Rabbi Rumbum.
Huh?
That we never discussed Rabbi Rumbum. That if I don't think I told you. I know that you did see his messages back and forth with him on Facebook. That I go by Gedaliah, Sebelia, Ben Letzar.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember that. That wasn't like I'm talking about like the spreadsheet that I sent you and
We
everything.
never had that discussion. Is just what I'm saying. Yeah, we discussed a little bit about his other posts, but I was just saying I don't know if you caught that post or thing.
Oh no,
I'm not even.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about if I want to do a part 3 of that, I'll do it. I'm not worried about it. With this sample that has been clarified of which Hubble group it belonged to under J1, and it doesn't say nowhere in the population Canaanites. It says Israel Megiddo Iron Age. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna show it right now on the screen. It doesn't say nowhere in there. It doesn't say Canaanite. So I mean, that's if he wants to apologize, unblock me off of Facebook and apologize for what he did to me, then so be it. But if not, I have nothing to do. I have nothing for him. Like I have nothing, no remorse. Like the guy, he made he did it himself. Try to call me a crazy person for no reason, and I never said anything disrespectful. Like I will never say nothing disrespectful unless you disrespect me first. I'm like the type of guy that treat others the way you want to be treated. So, but if you
I respect that.
if you
I respect that.
if you see these individuals, you see it.
was good with me. I have to give him that. Maybe because maybe he realized that I came so soon behind you that maybe he knew something, and that he was extra nice to me because he started following me. I was surprised that he would do that.
I don't know.
I was like, wow, this guy's mad cool.
But check out the screen right now if you can. I have the Excel spreadsheet open, and it clearly says like it identifies these people as being Canaanites. Like that's what they classified them. But they know the authors that published this research, they know they can't call that Israelite Tel Megiddo a Canaanite because it was the Israelites' city that during that time, during the late Iron Age. It belonged to the Israelites, so they can't call it a Canaanite. But if you see these ones right here, they call them Canaanites. And it doesn't matter what haplogroup they belong to. If they belong to J1, E1B, 1B, 1B2, R1A, 1A1, J1A2. You see what I'm saying? That they were considered they just put them at they put them under the analyst label population as Canaanites. Are you seeing it? You see my screen?
But I see that it says Canaanite there.
Yep. And it's
I see that.
You'll see what I'm saying. Like it has, they don't care. Like, because the reason being is, go ahead.
So what are they labeled a J? What is the J labeled as?
The Iron Age Tel Megiddo was isn't labeled as a Canaanite. It's just labeled as Israel Megiddo Iron Age. And if you watch this whole video, start it from the beginning and watch the whole video, you'll see that Tel Megiddo during the late Iron Age was Israelite. It became an Israelite royal city in 1150 BCE. This individual, let me bring it up right now. I'm going to show you his age of this individual.
So what, the E's and the T's that they found there, they putting them as Canaanites?
Yeah, because it was just the population, you know what I'm saying? They didn't look at people. It's like us in America. We call ourselves Americans. It don't matter what you know, your skin color, what religion you believe in, what culture you following. We're Americans over here. So
I got you. So if you're in a place. Right.
All right, so the full date of this individual was 1109 to 923 BCE. So this guy is without a doubt an Israelite. He would have been an Israelite. And it was crazy is this individual was burned in the fire. So I guess people didn't like these so-called rebels or Confederates being in the land that wasn't theirs originally. You see what I'm saying?
So you could pull up the other ones from Tel Megiddo?
Which one? Which one you need me to pull up?
The ones that this guy was showing that he had some E's there and he had a P that they found.
Yeah, I just had it pulled up. Give me 1 second. I just had it pulled up for you. That's the one I was talking about. It showed the Y-chromosome on. This one right here is pulled up. Coming up for you. Let me know when you see it because we have a delay.
Okay. Hold up. I gotta play the video. So I see you got some green highlighted. The Natufians there.
Right.
And then the Tel Megiddo.
So
and I'm talking about the other finds from Tel Megiddo. I know there's a lot of J's that they found there, but I said there is some E's and one P over there.
Yeah, so I have it I have it zoomed in right now. So this individual is labeled with eye color brown, hair color brown, or light brown and dark to black, and skin pigmentation. Haplogroup E-Y6720, and he had a brother that would have had the same haplogroup as him.
Okay, yeah, I see right there. I got the CP, and it's there. It says Canaanite, Middle Late Bronze Age.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you know what's crazy is a lot of these T's. If you pull up this Excel spreadsheet, once you watch this video, you'll see how to download all of this. As long as you have access, if you can log in and whatnot, um, you can see like there's like 5 Excel spreadsheets, and they all have different information in them. But yeah, and then do you know which paper this is going back to? It's referencing.
No.
So it's referencing the genomic history of the Bronze Age, Southern Levant, and that's the one where it has the Horian brothers. That's what I think. That's the E1B1Bs you're talking about.
Yeah, I think I saw it when you were up there.
All right, so this is the most important thing I want you to do, right? So I want you to see these 2 brothers' sample IDs. Let me know when it's up for you.
That's it.
You see it? So these are their 2 sample IDs, right? So we have I10769 and we have I10770. And they were classified as brothers, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So go back to that spreadsheet, and you're gonna see that's the exact same one that I was saying, I was bringing up. 1 second. This exact same one. I'm gonna highlight it for you. 1 second. For some reason. Yeah, this is this. I gotta highlight it for you. So that's the same one.
There you go.
Let me zoom. Let me go all the way to the left because it's not showing the whole screen. Yep, that's the one he was talking about, and it just has Canaanite. So they didn't specify if it was a Semite, because I think he tried to claim it was a Akkadian or something like that. It later became Akkadian. I don't know what he was going off, like what he was going on about. He just got upset that I got him to admit that this J1, this one was an Israelite right here. And it's like, I don't understand what's the big deal. Like, what's the big deal of like realizing, your hypothesis isn't correct as you assumed it was. Like, not a lot of people would think, oh, the Bible is not really dealing with the whole wide world, but science is showing, it's only, local. It's more demographics, like, local populations that were involved with the Bible, not the whole wide world. Because if it was the case, how come we don't have, like Native American haplogroups, Australian Aborigines, people from India, China, Japan? We don't have. I don't think there's no haplogroup Bs on this list. So people try to claim that the what is it called, the Anu, AINU, that they were so-called Semites, but you don't have none of their haplogroups in this list, and it's like that's a problem because where would they? Why wouldn't they be on this list? So when did they disappear? Are you gonna say the Tower of Babel? Which I've already that's been debunked already too. That was just an explanation to explain why people spoke a different language.
You could go back up and scroll over so we can see the haplogroups right there. I want to see between Israel, Tel Megiddo, and the Tufian.
My bad.
All of those, Jay.
Let me see, because it's full screen on my end, but for some reason it doesn't show full screen. So just let me know when you got full screen, please.
You try to pull it over to the left so we can see the right side.
Yeah, give me a
little
more. Give me a second.
All right, there we go. Now we seeing it. It's a J, but they got one E right there.
There we go. Now Yeah, just let me
They don't classify that one as a Canaanite, luckily.
let me know when you can see it full, because on my end it looks full, but I don't know what y'all got. Like, I don't know what everybody else is seeing it as. But do you see it now? Is it like fuller?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you. Um,
So there's a RM269 in Israel, and then there's the Y6720.
yeah, that's the brother. No, that's not the brother. The brother I have highlighted already.
Yeah, this is a different one.
Give me a second. That's Natufians. Let me scroll up. My bad. My apologies. This is the one you're looking for up here, because that was the Natufians and the Tel Megiddo one. This is the one you're looking for, of what Peter Solomon Kovacs was talking about. It's the E-Y6720. You see?
Yeah. No, but I was talking about the one underneath, the one that you're talking about, that they say Middle Late Bronze Age. Those there, amongst those that they was the E. There was an EY, I think 6720 or something like that.
This one that's on the screen right now, right?
That one, you know, at least on that one, I was just saying that one they didn't put it as a Canaanite, like you said, the time frame.
Yeah, this one does. The one he was talking about, it does say that. It says Israel Canaanite Middle Late Bronze Age brother. That's the one that I showed you on. Cause you see the sample ID is 10769.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the other one that you have highlighted underneath that one. If you go down a couple of spaces,
the orange one. That's the Israelite. Yeah, that's the Israelite one. This is the Israelite.
Yeah. Yeah, to the Israelite one that you have, if you could go to that one underneath it, if you go down like 5 slots, you're gonna see, and then those there, I'm just saying, there's a RM269, and that one, it doesn't say Canaanite, it doesn't say anything, and it just says Middle Late Bronze Age Israel Middle Late Bronze Age.
Yeah.
And the same thing, there was an E there.
Yeah,
let me. 2 J's.
Give me 1 second. Samples. I'm gonna pull that ID up for you to figure out which one this is on this on the study. So it's I3966. All right, let me see if it's showing all the way.
I think I'm talking about is that 13966. That one.
Yeah, that's the one I got. It's I3966. That's what that is. Give me 1 second. So, all right. So this individual, let me pull up that same. So it's from the same source. It's from the Genomic of the Southern Levant. All right. It says both contain young individuals or children. One, I3966, was buried beside the monumental Middle Bronze staircase. This burial dates to the Middle Bronze 1 to 2 transition. The other was buried into a drainage channel I3832 associated with the administrative palace of the late Bronze Age and is dated to the late Bronze II. Circa, what is that, 14th century BCE. So this individual was a child. But let me see what his other sample ID, I3832. So this individual was it didn't have a haplogroup. So it's, I guess, the genome, they couldn't read the genome. It didn't have a good genome on it.
And what do they put for that R, the 12062?
1 second. Which one you said? Okay, 2062. 1 second.
Yeah, I think it's 12062.
It's not in
Was
the.
that an I? Yeah. The I. My mistake.
Let me see. It's not in the study. 1 second. If it is in the study, it's not in the paper. Give me 1 second. I gotta look up. Pull up the big one. The whole list. I gotta pull up the whole list. The old one from that one.
Yo, you could email me the other, the one that you were just reading. I wanna read that myself.
I can send you that whole. I'll send you all of the S1 through S5 so you can see the whole thing. Because for some reason, I don't know who's responsible for publishing this one. For some reason, they normally have the years, like when did he exist? But for some reason, they separated the dates for some odd reason. But I'll send you all of them. All right.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, appreciate you calling in.
Now, and yeah, definitely. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Thank you. Peace and love.
You're welcome. Peace and love.
All right, so, well, I guess today we became popular, so everybody wants to call in. That's cool. I'll start doing Clubhouse or Zoom or something. That's what's up. If anybody else wants to call in, I'll let me know. A Mystical Order of Israel, Yisrael, call in if you want to. Let me see. I can probably try to call you back if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the 917 number.
The party you are trying to reach is unavailable.
All right, well, I tried. Let me see. All right, if anybody else wants to call in, let me know. Call in because I'm about to eat some dinner. Call this a wrap. Going once, going twice. There we go. All right. Hey, I got you back.
Call from.
There we go.
To accept.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo.
Hey.
Yeah. So my question too was, I think you didn't answer what population.
You're fading out on me.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Well,
what population would be closest to the Natufians today's time, and what would their phenotype be? So that would be my question.
So we have to go back because have you looked at this Southern Ark article by any chance?
Yeah, I read a lot of it.
Because when I looked at it,
I seen a video on it too as well.
Because when I looked at it, it brought up Caucasus hunter-gatherer, Eastern European hunter-gatherer, Levant, pre-Pottery, Neolithic. It doesn't say Natufian DNA. I'm looking for that one too because I want to see those samples. Because you know the Levant, pre-Pottery, Neolithic are different than the Natufians, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem I'm having is that they didn't do one for Natufians for some reason. But I've seen I did a video, the last video I did, it showed that the Assyrian had like 43% Levant DNA. Give me 1 second. Did you see that too?
I don't know if I've seen that one. But for my researches in Yemen, we have the most Natufian DNA, and also Oman as well. I know people like they're J1, but they have like 95% Natufian DNA Autosomal, which is crazy.
Yeah, I see people with different haplogroups. They got Natufian DNA. I don't think it's limited to a certain haplogroup because of the women. Like I think they admixed of women. Like that's the reason why this article shows that they mixed with each other. I don't think they kept pure.
A lot of K. The Natufians were mixing with a lot of K, H, I believe R as well, and J. They weren't really mixing with no L. They weren't mixing with no L at all, I don't think.
And you know what's crazy is that this I-1690 of the Natufian is actually labeled as I think it's EM35 or downstream of EV38 or 34 of EM123. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. Also with the Horian too, that information with the Horian brothers, and they had EM35, right?
Say again.
The Horian brothers.
Oh, okay. Let me see what you're talking
point.
about. Let me pull up that article real
Hear me?
quick. Yeah. What's the sample ID you're on? Which one is that one?
You were on it before.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember because I can't remember all these sample ID numbers.
Yeah, but let me go back to it. Yeah, it was I3966.
Okay, it's the Hazer one.
Yeah, I think that's EM35, right?
Yep, it's E-S21355. That's the subclade that Tree has. But let me see exactly what they listed as in this article. So this is the one. This is the child. This is the one that had the burial. I guess it's the one that was with the one that didn't have a haplogroup. They couldn't They don't have the haplogroup to it. Give me 1 second.
What was the mitochondrial? You know the mitochondrial?
Yeah, I'm about to look at it right now for you. I was seeing it on the chart real quick before I pulled it up on here. So it would have been during the Bronze Age. So give me a second. My computer's acting slow because I've been on it for a while. So this one, they don't have it on here. Yeah, could you find it on here? Cause I don't see it. Let me see if it's not in the Iron Age either. Yeah, it's crazy. I noticed that they only did certain haplogroups for this admixture to see the admixture. And I think that's based off of the genome. If the genome isn't, I don't know. If the genome isn't good enough to get that data from it, then they can't research it for some reason. That's because I don't see it. Do you see it? I'm zoom in. I don't see it nowhere.
Nah. It could have been K.
And I just searched the whole page and it doesn't pop up. It was E39. Give me a second. 966. Yeah, I don't see it on there. Yeah, it's not even listed on the page. And that's what's crazy is I don't know why when they did this why didn't they make it where you can search the pictures? You see what I'm saying? Like they made it where it was just drawing like they just made it images. They didn't make it as a search. So I can't grab onto it. I can just download the image. Because this is the one that How Music, the last person I was speaking to, this is the one he was talking about, so it's on there.
Yeah.
So this one had I don't, and that's the thing is like, cause I'm going based off of this, the like this right here, or which one are you going off of, the green or the blue? This navy blue, whatever you want to call that blue.
Oh, the green.
So this one says 41 plus or minus 6%, and that's Levant, pre-Pottery Neolithic, and that's that E1 B1 B1 B2. Let's see. And he had 22 plus or minus 7% on Caucasian hunter-gatherer DNA. But I don't see that one that you brought, you're bringing up though. So they didn't do that one on here.
With the mitochondria.
You said the maternal DNA for that one?
Yeah, the maternal DNA, yeah.
Give me 1 second. It's on Hobble.
In general, you see a lot of K's and you see a lot of H's. There's a lot of these cats that saying, oh, L, that's the original mitochondrial DNA. Especially they're saying, oh, it's the Natufians. But I'm like, the Natufians, I'm not seeing any samples with them having mitochondrial L. I saw some sample with them having K, but no L.
So the maternal DNA.
Some with H.
Give me 1 second. Man. Oh yeah. I can't find it. 1 second. Oh shit. Okay. What's that individual again? 3966.
If it's I
39766. So the maternal DNA was R0A2.
Okay.
So I seen. Let me see something. Cause I thought I saw this one on this paper because there's a few PDFs that you have to download, and it kind of gives me a headache trying to remember exactly which PDF to go to, and I don't have the what's it called? I don't have the subscription to Adobe, so I can't, because I usually what is it called? I combine them. What's that word called? Collide or something? Combine. Yeah, just combine. I usually combine articles so I don't have to keep on searching for different ones because it gets confusing. Because if you know what I'm talking about, like they have different art PDFs that you can download. Like for this one, for example, is different than the other one I just showed you. This one's the ancient DNA from Mesopotamia suggests distinct pre-pottery and pottery Neolithic migrations into Anatolia. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was able to find some information earlier because I was trying to look at something else too, and I had to find this one in order to get to what I was looking for. It's 2 p.m. This is what I'm talking about right here. You'll see it. It's delayed. Because it says something about African DNA. That it's an ancient. Their African in them is ancient. It's not from recent times. Come on.
Yeah, I know they had an aroma component, they had an ancient aroma component, but they were mostly Arabian. It was like, what, 61.95% Arabian. You know what I'm saying? And they only had a small aroma component.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not finding it. Well, if you find it, you can let me know. Email me because. By the way, what's your YouTube channel?
Go on, get on Clubhouse.
Okay, I'll do that next.
Mystical Order of Israel.
Okay, so you are that person. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to see that.
Get on. You should get on Clubhouse.
Yeah, I'll do like I thought about doing that. I'm trying to figure out could I do it at the same time? Like how would that work if people be trying to call in and
Well,
like
you would
start
have
talking?
Clubhouse on your phone. Just have it on your phone and just do the video on your laptop. You know what I'm saying? It'd be
Yeah,
good too because you'll get more people. You'll get
yeah.
more people in the rooms and you'll build yourself up and stuff like that because there's all sorts. I know YouTube, the Hebrew Israel, he's on there. They're on there. Ngozi's on there. Howe's on there, and there's a few other people that's into genetics that's in there and
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like that. So we can all start rooms. Yeah. So they do rooms all the time. So it's good if you do rooms as well. You know what I'm saying? And just build.
I want to try to find you this thing because I wonder if you read it too. Um, for some reason I can't find it though. Like I said, it's so many PDFs I had to download to get to where I was looking for. Um, 75. So that's 75. I think it's the 70. It's that one. It's 70755. Let me see what this one is. 210. Okay, so it's this one. It's the science.abq0755 underscore SM PDF. Let me see if I can open this up on Chrome since I have it open already. Say again.
Can you put the link in the chat?
This is one. Yeah, I can put the link in, but I think do you have access?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Put the link in. I'll download the PDF. This is the Southern Arc, right?
Yeah, it's one of them. Like I told you, I went through headaches trying to download every single one and trying to combine them because it's too many. It's too many of them. You'll see it right now, the one I'm talking about. I just put it in the chat right now. I'm gonna try to open this up so everybody can see it. Did you get it?
Did not see it.
That's the one I'm talking about. It took me forever to find that one, if I'm not mistaken. Because I found so many of them. Like, so many of these. And they all have different things to them. Like, I'm going to open up right now on Chrome. Yeah, this is the one. So, hopefully it's open up for everybody now. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. So, it says the African maximized black component is found in Levantine individuals as early as the Natufians and should thus not be interpreted as evidence of recent African influence in West Asia.
Yeah, so it was going late, you know what I'm saying? So even that, like, it's further back.
It's the Neolithic times.
I know they did have a Romo component. They didn't have no sub-Saharan African DNA.
What's that?
They weren't sub-Saharan African. They just had a small a Romo component.
Oh yeah, North African.
Yeah, because a lot of these cats are saying, oh, they're sub-Saharan Africans and stuff like that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Even if you look at the skulls don't look Negroid. They're Caucasus. If you look at the skull shapes of the Natufian.
And do you determine that through the nasal split?
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was speaking to Lou about this. So it's this. Have you seen this article that was posted on the conversation about the Neanderthals died out 40,000 years ago, but there has never been more of their DNA on Earth, and how they show them with like huge nasal splits, like huge, like that's the. I know it's a depiction of what they would have looked like, but I just find this so ironic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was actually a lot of Neanderthals in Israel.
Yeah,
Levant, there was actually a lot of them.
Yeah, I know exactly. So I'm wondering how,
But I
like,
mean, like a lot of these,
go ahead.
a lot of these Bantu supremacists, right? Stuff like that. There was one dude on Clubhouse, right? He's like a Bantu supremacist, and he's like, oh, all non-Bantu people, you're all mixed with, Neanderthals and stuff like that. So I gave him his own medicine, right? And I showed him the ghost gene. There's something called the ghost
Oh
gene
gosh, yeah.
that Bantus have and pygmies and stuff. And this ghost is a really primitive. It's a primitive archaic hominoid.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's more ape-like than a Neanderthal. And I put that and started freaking out. When you start putting, like, they start talking about Neanderthal stuff, bring out the ghost gene. Bring that out.
I trust me. I've known about that since it came out. I've known about like the go one of the yeah, I've known about that for a while. I'm just gonna say it like that. It's just all interesting. Like I said, the whole Neanderthal concept, it's so interesting because I don't think that's where I first of all I think that like light skin, like intermediate skin, like lighter skin complexion, it didn't come from one source. I think it came, different people developed their own way. You see what I'm saying? They were their own. They didn't get it from one people being light skinned and the other people intermingling. I don't believe that at all.
Oh well, some of these packs, they're saying that J1, like the haplogroup J's in the Coraxis culture, people from the Zagros Mountains, they were the first ones to develop this light skin, and they gave it to everybody. But I'm like, that doesn't make no sense because how do you explain people in China with white skin and they never mix with no people with haplogroup J?
You just hit it on the head, and we've been all different, separated for thousands and thousands of years. You just hit it on the head, exactly. So did they mix with some type of Neanderthal, or did they start eating wheat and cereals also and started developing white skin or pale skin? I don't think so.
Oh, well, it doesn't. They start using that game though, because you look at the people when like in Papua New Guinea, you know what I'm saying? They're not like obviously they're different. Their genomes is completely different than they're African, but at the same time, they were mixing with they call these people like dwarf people, like dwarf hominids. So they talk all this. A lot of these dudes they talk all this smack and stuff like that, and basically, it's basically it's racism. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you give it to them and you say, well, you also mix with more primitive hominids than me. So they're like, oh, that's racist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. That's why I tried to, like, honestly, if this paper didn't have the skin, like I did that one video of the Boxwood Israelites or whatever it was, because I really don't like talk. I don't really care about that. The whole skin complexion and why we look different. I don't think they're ever gonna publish the actual evidence of why we all look different. Like I just don't see it because they try to say, oh, it's because the one or two, up to 2% Neanderthal, and I don't believe that. I believe that the Neanderthals would have been a darker skin looking people. So
yeah.
And there's, I mean,
a lot of people they're saying now Neanderthals were actually black.
Dark, they were darker skin, yeah, and they had wide noses, without a doubt. So if that's the case, if we intermix, because I have one of the highest percentage of Neanderthal DNA on 23andMe. It's up there. It's really high. I was actually say again.
How much Neanderthal did you get?
It's 276 variants supposedly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of the highest, but I find it so funny because like what does that mean? Like what does that mean? Like can they tell me what I'm a rare species or something?
I mean most humans also have Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah.
Some people, they have more but they say, oh, mostly Europeans or have Neanderthal DNA, they'll say, hey, well, you guys, you're mixed with more archaic humans, though. Yeah, I'm saying, like I brought up before, the ghost gene.
Let me see your voice is
Oh, like I brought out before, the ghost gene.
yeah, the ghost stream.
There was a ghost. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what
Stuff
you're
like
talking
that.
about.
And a lot of people did videos, and they actually have to censor these videos and stuff like that about the ghost gene.
Have you looked at the autosomal S&P also? That might be where you can find that individual's autosomal by that. If you can find his autosomal S&P, I can try to look it up real quick. But if you can find it on this spreadsheet, you might be able to find that individual's autosomal. And he's not on here. Never mind, as I was. Yeah, it's not on there. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. There you go. This is what you want. Right? This is what you were asking for? Hey, you're quiet for some reason. I think you have to
Oh, can you hear me?
yeah, I was telling you earlier you were fading out again. You were starting to go away.
Okay.
But you see where it has the auto right next to it, it has the .38 and the Levant um was that pre-pottery Neolithic .485. Give me 1 second. Let me see if it's. Oh, my bad. It's not. I gotta change the screen.
Oh, yeah, that's Intelligent.
No. I had to change the screen. Here we go. Now you can see it. You're gonna be able to see it now. Look right next to it. Look right next to it. You see it right here. It shows it his autosomal right there.
I don't see it.
Just give it a second. It should be popping up.
Now.
You see it now?
I think it's like a few-second delay.
It's the I-3966. It shows the autosomal right there, and it shows that he is mixed with Caucasian hunter gatherer.
Yeah, I know Caucasus hunter gatherers. They were like half Natufian.
So all you have to let me see. Like I told you, they don't have Natufian. I found something that had the Natufian autosomal, but I don't know where I found it at. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is I just got it like I just had to keep on downloading stuff to get to the articles or what I was looking for. But this is what it shows right there. It shows the Caucasian hunter-gatherer, the Eastern European hunter-gatherer, Levant, pre-pottery, Neolithic, Serbia, Iron Gate, hunter-gatherer, and that Turkey one, Barcia, Anatolian or something like that. But all right, if you don't got nothing else, I'm gonna call it a wrap because I've been on for 2 hours and so.
Make sure you get on a Clubhouse.
Yeah, I'll do that next time. The problem is I don't have somebody to like moderate the who's talking and whatnot. Because if you want to volunteer,
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, because I haven't tried to use it because I don't know crew to work with to help me out. All right.
Just meet people on there, whatever, start video. I mean, to start doing rooms, I'm saying, and to get different people's information to build.
Yeah. But all right. Say again.
I said we all got our own, like some stuff, I agree, some stuff I disagree. I mean, just in general, what I'm saying.
Are you E1B1B or you J?
I'm not E1B1B.
Okay, so you're under EM34 or EM78? 34? Okay. It's interesting. Let me show you this one real quick. This Natufian one. It's in the 2112 extended tables 1 to 5. Give me 1 second. Let's see if you've seen this one before. Do you see it? It should be up for you. Let me know if you can see it.
No.
You see how they updated the hovel groups? And they've updated this one too. This individual, the I-1069, is actually a down subclade of I want to say it's EM34 or something like that. Give me a second. Like I said, this stuff, like I had to research this stuff and make it, make it make sense, because a lot of the stuff they've updated it, but for some reason they haven't told other people they've updated it or something, because or people like update a few of them but they don't update the other ones. So let me go back to the other one, because I know it's in the other spreadsheet that it's updated. Two fan culture. All right, so let me go back to the other one. You still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, watch this now. All right, it's the I-1069 published, and you see it's going to be under EM35 now. Watch this. I'm going to slide over to the right. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So the and under
Oh, okay. Now you
so you see how I-0861 is actually it's under E1B1B also. It's not CT. I actually have the picture of where it was where they showed it, and if you look at the very bottom of this picture, I can send this in the email. If you hit me up on the email, I'll send you this picture. You probably know the article I'm talking about, but his hobble group is under E1B1B1B2. It's not, so some of these articles for some reason, and I know they just published it, but some of these articles, like sometimes they actually use what's known, but sometimes they don't. I don't know if anybody else noticed it. Ask, if you could, you can please ask anybody else if I'm the first, like if I'm the only one that knows about this, because they have it under CT, but it's not. It's under E1B1B1B2.
I know the Nutrients are mostly all those testoids.
Say again.
All the Nutrients are E3B.
Yeah, they're under EM35 for sure, or EM215, which is the father of EM35.
I know one day something was that
But all right, just hit me up in the email so I can let you know going on, because I'm trying to figure out what's the next video I'm gonna do. So I can continue chatting about this. It don't matter to me. All right. All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you later. Peace and love. Bye bye. All right, y'all. This has been Biblical DNA. I'm out.